There we go. Oh, big old bluegill. Look at that. Yeah, that's a nice bluegill. Yeah, that's a nice bluegill. We'll keep him. Christy really likes these big bluegills. I don't have any electronics again today, so if you watch the channel, you know a lot of times I don't bring any electronics. Today I meant to. I wanted to see the water temperature and the depth, and I forgot them, so it's no big deal. We're just gonna fish. But he was out here pretty deep. I'm guessing there must be some brush out in some deep water for that bluegill to be out that far, which I think the bluegills are still a little bit deep. They ain't quite moved all the way in yet. But that's the first bluegill this year. It's been a couple weeks since I've been out. We went skipjack fishing last weekend, so we'll have catfish bait. I haven't been out here. Water's way up. It's up 2 or 3 feet from what it was last time I was here. Basically same setup. B&M Bucks Graphite Crappie spinning rod. It's the 6.5 foot. We're using 6-pound vicious panfish line. I've got the PC Fun Viper X 2000 reel here. We've got kind of a pillhead underspin, the Bobby Garland. Looks like a natural minnow. That's what we're using today. We're going to see if we can catch a few crappie if we can get them to bite. Just a bluegill. I ain't been here too long. I fished over there, but I couldn't get anything to bite. No hits from a crappie at all. I don't know where they're at. I imagine the bass are up on the bank right now. If you can find some water that's got a little bit of stain to it, this ain't too bad. That I was fishing earlier was super clear. But you wacky rig something, you probably catch them right now.
I got mine. I got a wacky rig, a white worm.
See if I can troll. There's been some fish swirling right back there. I don't know what it is. It might be white bass. Finally got one. Finally got a fish. Started trolling. Yeah, I got another one over here. Oh, but let's see what we got. Crappie. We're in here chasing these shad. Let's set this one down. All right. The shad are going crazy, and I thought it was white bass. It's actually crappie. So that's a nice one right there. All right, so this camera went off. We hopefully got it on this back camera. As you can see, nice crappie. These crappie out here chasing these shad around. I thought it was white bass. I wasn't catching anything casting. We got that one. And then we've got this one here. This one's probably about 10 inches. So there's 2. So we just had to change up. They just weren't on the bank. I couldn't figure out why. Well, they're out here feeding. And they're scattered out here after these shad. So I'm gonna see if we can pick up some more. I switched over to this this is a Mr. Crappie paddle tail on this one, and it's red and chartreuse. I'm making a mess out of things. And this one's, I think this is a Kaling Grubs, but it's a curly tail that's pink and white. Got 16th ounce heads on them. Both of those were male black crappie, so just cast it out as far as I can, give it a little line. And you can see it's just kind of trolling out behind the boat. And then you can see where these shad and crappie are at right here. And they're just swirling on these fish. A lot of people don't know crappie do that, but they chase shad just like anything else does, and they can get pretty active. So these fish are actively feeding. So what we got to hope is that they're going to want this bait enough that we can catch some more. And we doubled up on that last pass, so let's see if we can do something here. Oh, I got something there. Nice crappie. Oh, a nice one. Broke it. I figured he's gonna break. I've been hung up a couple of times. Look at that crappie, folks. Big old nice crappie. Put him in there. Might have to retie. Now I tie a loop knot for all my crappie fishing. I want that jig, no matter what angle I'm casting at, to be riding flat and look natural. If we got a solid knot tied to that, and that knot gets slid around like this, and it's tight, then when the jig's underneath, it'll be standing up. I want that jig laying like that. That's just my preference. A lot of guys don't, but we don't all have to do everything exactly the same. It's just whatever works for you, whatever you like. So what we did, we couldn't catch them on the bank. Now, I didn't know what was going on earlier, so we trolled, caught a few, and now I'm going to cast and see if I can stay in them instead of just driving back and forth through the school of fish. We're just going to sit right here and see if we can catch a few, because we know they're feeding out here. So we had to find a way to locate them. The trolling located them. The shad kind of tipped it off. We thought they were white bass. Now that we picked a couple up, we know what we're after. So. There we go, big old bluegill. We'll take that. That'll be a good supper. Big old bluegill. There we go. Big old bluegill. So, if them big old bluegill about it, we'll take them for sure. A little bitty crappie. We'll let him go back. He's not quite big enough. That's a little bitty guy. You see him. We'll let him go back. There we go. There's another fish right there. But that's going to be another crappie. Crappie, sockeye, speck, white perch. They got all kind of names. But regardless of what you call them, they're delicious. Here we go. Another fine crappie. It's got some turquoise, black. It's a male black crappie. You can see how they start turning colors getting into the spawn. Beautiful fish. There's one right there. There's another one right there. Well, that would be a good eating size one right there. He'll fry up nice and crispy. Here we go. These nice crappies here. Hey guys, I appreciate you coming along. We caught plenty for supper. Unfortunately, it took us half the time out here, or longer than half the time out here, to find the crappie. Once we found them, we caught them until we couldn't catch them anymore. I appreciate it. We're going to take these home, get them skinned up. Stay tuned.